Yo, yo. We're going live soon. Look at the pretty little flames. Yo. Tired, man. Okay, let's do this, man. Hey, yo, what's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another one. Hey, yo, before we're gonna talk a lot about Xbox, their advertising money, you know what I mean, going through the roof, and a whole bunch of other stuff in relation to that. But before we get too deep into that, can you please entertain my silly ass pause? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please. So you know when your boy's dropping these doses. I appreciate all of y'all straight up because I'm not too proud to ask. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so y'all see the title, right? Xbox is killing it with advertisements, and I don't know if all of you have seen this story, but we're gonna talk about it right now. Oh, look at that! I'm hellified surprised. Oh shoot! I'm hellified surprised that Google is working now. It's working properly with my stream. Okay, so y'all see the title. Xbox dominates marketing. I just want to talk about this real quick. Go over the fact that they are killing it on the marketing scene by latest estimates, and also try to. Ooh, hold on. Got a little snafu in the back. Let me fix that. Give me a second here. While I'm fixing this little crazy snafu in the back, I didn't even notice that. I want to say big ups to the BGST reunion. Did y'all catch that last night? If you didn't catch that last night, man, I don't know what you was doing. I really don't know what you were doing. But great show. They brought everybody back, you know, for a reunion. They talked about the old times and stuff like that. And I thought, and there was some very interesting points that were brought up, so that your boy MM2K is going to do a reaction video to it. You know what I'm saying? I think there was a lot of things that were said that you know, show where the original crew's mind state is about gaming right now, and it'll be a cool thing, I think, to compare that to actual numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that some people were frauding last night. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't think some people were in a state of mind that may not fully be connected to reality. I'm not going to name any names. I'll just let my video do the talk, and that's gonna come out tomorrow. Heath Stevens, what's going on, man? Real early in the morning. I didn't feel like dropping a video. And in relation to that, the medicine is coming out soon. The medicine will be back Wednesday, but I will still have daily content like this. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do a video per se because I want to play some more Breakpoint and some more Borderlands. I got full reviews coming out for those games, so I didn't want to spend the time, and that takes a lot of time. Believe it or not, with all the rambling that I do here, it takes a lot more time for me to drop those videos, you know what I'm saying, than it does for me to just do these quick rants. So in regards to these quick rants, let's get into it. Cold Blood Sensei, yo, what is up? If y'all can do your boy a huge favor and tweet this out to everybody, that let them know that these doses are about to drop. Let me do one more thing too. I'm asking y'all to do that, and I'm not doing that myself. Let's go to Twitter. Wow, boom goes the dynamite. Let's send it out. Okay, so let's talk about it, y'all, because my Xbox brethren, they were excited, man. They were clapping like baby seals over this one. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is a step in the right direction. But I want to talk about this in full totality. So Xbox ads have gone up significantly in September. And when you compare them to the rest of their colleagues, quote unquote, the number is actually astounding. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's look at the brief history. Let's look at what's going on now. Let's look at what my thoughts are on it. You know how your boy likes to do it. And also, if the music in the background is too loud, let me know so I can, chop it down a little bit. First and foremost, people, as we all know, lauded Xbox for its marketing. What I mean by that is, people just thought it was idiotic. They didn't understand what was going on. First and foremost, putting the Xbox One S, as in Sam, over the Xbox One X in marketing because it was cheaper. But you created the Xbox One X because you were under the belief that it was going to put you back in a fighting position. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't get that one. That's where I don't think the thinking cap was on. The smarter thing to do would have been to drop the X, then to drop the quote unquote cheaper little brother later. The following year is the S, instead of this stupid edition, the diskless edition. You know what I'm saying? You get everybody riled up about the system with the X, then you drop the S. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Also, they said that saying commercials didn't matter. They were. You remember Aaron Greensberg said that he was looking at data and in response to people asking why they don't do commercials, and he said, well, commercials aren't as big as they used to be. Which in the realm of what they're doing in video games, that was a farce. They're looking at what we call in the industry junk data. Sometimes people focus so much on collecting information that they don't fully vet and fully check out that information to see if it's worthy for them. And I don't think Microsoft has done that successfully all generation. And then lastly, shying away from mature content in any marketing. Anytime they did market, you know what I'm saying, it was always this cutesy coffee shop stuff. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people were dismayed about their presence this generation as far as the marketing was concerned. However, with the release of Gears 5, that seemed to change. All right. How did that seem to change? Well, you had a badass trailer that had your boy hopping out of the seat with, Kate at the end waving her bloody head at the competition, talking about let's bring it. You know what I'm saying? You had the showing at Gamescom of the campaign, which a lot of us were concerned about. Remember, we were like, "Wow, how come they're not showing this campaign?" And they finally did it, right? And they did it to critical acclaim. And now, which is in relation to this whole video that I'm doing today, the endless commercials, okay? The endless commercials, and I've seen them. ESPN, when I'm watching football, ESPN seems like it's being sponsored by Gears 5. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. That's big advertisement. So everywhere you turn, Gears 5 is everywhere. Homie Danny Pena of Gamertag Radio, big shots to them. I remember listening to him more recently, and he said, man, he's in New York now, and there's Gears 5 everywhere. I remember we were jumping out the window because there was Spider-Man on a train, but he said, man, the Gears 5 advertisement is everywhere. They've killed it in advertising Gears 5. All right. So, real-time stats back up what I'm saying here. For September 2019, they show the actual effort put forward by Microsoft and compared to its rivals. So let's get to that. I want y'all to take a look at this. All right. So if you look at my screen, you see that Xbox is in blue and the different 2K is in like the darker green, all other stuff. And you see that from September 1st to September 30th, Xbox spent a lot of money advertising Gears 5, man. As a matter of fact, as far as the whole gaming industry is concerned, they spent 63% of the advertising on their own, and the second closest competitor, it looks like, is 2K Games with 11.7%. Wow. That's a lot of goddamn advertising, and that's very uncommon for Xbox's generation. So, with that being said, they went all out to show that they're not playing as far as promoting Gears. Like all that stuff that Aaron Greensberg said about the commercials not meaning anything. Maybe they realized that they have junk data, and maybe they were just collecting their chips. to do this, and they just weren't being transparent about it. It's kind of like with the homie Showstoppers. I like what homie Showstoppers said last night on the BGST reunion. He called it corporate talk. I think he did, where they say one thing because they're not going to tell you what the reasoning is, because they feel like that they can't chop and serve the true reason is for y'all to easily digest. So they give y'all a bunch of malarkey. You know what I'm saying? I like what homie Showstopper had presented some of this corporate speak, some of this double speak in that fashion. And I believe that's what happened. I believe they believed in commercials, but they just thought they couldn't penetrate anywhere with any commercials except for Gears 5. And they put all their chips in with Gears 5. All right. So looking at this chart, they are not playing with their advertising as far as Gears 5 and in September in totality. All right. So with that said, what does MM2K think about all this? Well, I think it's a great first step. I truly do. I think it's a great first step. It will help extend the audience. However, and again, this is where my Xbox brethren gonna say, "Oh, this is where MM2K just hates Game Pass and everything hates." But no. I go where the facts take me. I am not here fighting a battle for anybody but good gaming. I have preferences, but I don't need y'all all to eat off the same plate that I do in order for me to feel good about my dish. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to agree with me. You know what I mean? I defended things in Fallout 76. I'm defending Ghost Recon Wildlands. I don't follow the establishment. I don't follow the herd. So if you were expecting MM2K to just pick a side, that's not going to happen, except if that side is good gaming experiences for all gamers, even those that are fans of types of games that I don't like. Okay, my mind state is more in the realm of consumer advocacy than into anything. Xbox is not cutting me a check. PlayStation is cutting me a check. PC elements aren't cutting me a check. So I go where the facts, I follow the facts pretty much, to make it short. All right. And the facts are saying that it means nothing. It equates to nothing if all this advertisement does not lead to new ads to the service. And what I mean by new ads, I mean systematic new ads to Game Pass. All right. Meaning people that got the service and passed the trial area, they said, I'm going to stay on to this service and I'm going to continue to pay for the service because it's a value to me. And we can't equate to a consumer what's a value to them, because that's a value. What's a value to you or me is subjective. They have to feel it in their heart of hearts. So when I go back and forth with people and they say MM2K, it is a value. No, you can't determine what's a value for somebody else. And if they're not willing to put the money on the wood to make the hood go, make the hood go good, if they're not willing to do that, then no, it's not a value to them. And I know I chopped up that that phrase. I still ain't had my coffee yet. But you know where I'm shooting at. You know where I'm aiming at here. So if people again are not systematically, hey Graphic Art, what's going on? If people are not systematically after their free trial saying, hey, I want to stay on Game Pass past this, it's a value to me, then it's not a value. You can't say it's a value for them. It's a value for you. It's a value for MM2K. It's not a value for them. It may be a good deal, but again, we got to get out of this realm of trying to dictate what's the value for somebody else. The term value is subjective from person to person, but we want Xbox Game Pass because we feel it is a great deal, and it is a great deal for gamers. I feel we want Game Pass to succeed, or at least the business model. So if we want the business model to succeed, we got to do the mind share to make it a value emotionally to those gamers. Just arguing and pounding your fist and saying, no, it's a value, it's a value, it's a value is not the way to go. Y'all got to get out of y'all silos and y'all got to use your brain power here. That's all I'm asking. Because I like the Game Pass structure. But we're not going to penetrate mind share. We're not going to go anywhere with these rabid zealot ideas. We're not going anywhere. And again, all this advertisement that they spent, let me go back to it, is a great step in the right direction, but means nothing if these people do not systematically stay on the Game Pass. Now, a good indicator would be one of two things. If all this advertisement meant something in the end. One, the first good indicator would be how many people decided to stay after the trial period, like I said. Unfortunately, we won't know that until December or January, more likely, because these free trials were for like 2, maybe 3 months. And of course, they're not gonna cancel. It's free. They're not going to cancel until November, December when their free trial is up. And we're not going to get any plausible numbers on that if somebody decides to release them or somebody can gather them until December, January. So we won't know for some time on that front. However, there's another indicator, which is 2. How many new Xboxes were sold with Game Pass subscriptions? Okay, follow me here. I've gotten into numerous debates, which is fine. I welcome the discussion because, again, people are in silos. People want to hold flags, and they're not using their thinking cap. And discussions are a good way to break those bad habits. But I've gotten to various discussions with people about console sales don't mean nothing for Game Pass. I mean, 2K console. No. Let me explain something to you. All of the marketing power and all of the suggestion for Xbox right now is via Game Pass, okay? Xbox is telling you that the core Xbox experience is via Game Pass. Now, we know that the average casual gamer don't have a $1,500 rig to play games, all right? We know that. We know that the average casual gamer, the ones that game on these AAA games, that an overwhelming majority of them utilize what? Consoles, because of the ease and the plug and play of a console, okay? So if Xbox is telling you, the consumer, that their core experience is vis-a-vis Game Pass, and you drop all this advertisement on Game Pass, and you are the casual gamer, your entry into gaming is primarily through what? Consoles. And you want to experience Game Pass, then what are you going to do? You're going to get you an Xbox console. Correct? Correct. So, opposed to those people that I spoke of earlier that may have got a bag of Chips Ahoy, got some cakes and cookies and pies or whatever the hell else that was out there, and got free subscription to Game Pass and just plugged it into their PC, I'm not talking about those people, because those people aren't necessarily going to be in the long haul, and we're not going to know how well in the long haul those people will be until when? December, January, when we can pull those figures when those trial periods are over. But we do know that if somebody went to a store and got an Xbox, they in all likelihood got it because of Game Pass and or Gears. And that's showing a long-term commitment. That's showing that, hey, I went to go shell out some money, hundreds of dollars, to invest into this ecosystem. Therefore, I'm willing to give this a try. Meaning, I'm not going to see something, run through something and be like, okay, I'm done with it. This can expire because I just spent 4 quarters. I spent hundreds of dollars on this. I may not like this, but let me test out and see what's in there to see if this has any what? Value to me. So that's going to be a good litmus to see how successful all this advertisement was. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to try it out again for $1, then roll in 2 months. It's another if you were willing to buy a system for it. Therefore, and my Xbox people ain't gonna want to hear this. They're not gonna like this. But the truth is the truth. Perfect. Whether you like it or not, And when you're brain sick, AKA stuck in a silo mentally, why does this thing keep, oh, because I didn't fix it here. Let me move this back because that looks funny with that thing sitting in the, what's it called? When you're brain sick and you're not there mentally, then we got to break you out of that habit. We have to. So you got to take the medicine. Sometimes you got to take the Robitussin even when it don't go down good. It'll help you in the long run. What's the Robitussin right now? Here it goes. NPD. That irrelevant metric will still be key. Because I hear my Xbox brethren, oh, y'all still talking about NPD, it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant until next generation when Game Pass saturates everything as far as Xbox is concerned. It's still relevant. Xbox is not being 100% transparent on even their Game Pass numbers. They made some metrics that are good for some investors, some plus minus metrics, but those are not plus minus metrics. Those plus minus metrics are not good for us, the consumer. So, NPD is going to be relevant, even though my Xbox brethren want it to be irrelevant today. That's not the case. And what key indicators do we need to see from NPD to show that all this advertisement was worth it? One, that Game Pass helps spawn more sales and interest in the titles that are within Game Pass, like how it did with State of Decay 2 last year. It has to do that again with Gears. It has to. And that they've sold more consoles than PlayStation 4, even if not number one. And to let us know that, Aaron Greenberg can do the tweet that he did last year where he just busted out of nowhere. Nintendo had won number one, but he had said, hey, just so y'all aware, we were the number 2 console, aka letting y'all know that PlayStation was number 3. And I remember because the homie Porter Rock was like, that's what he tweeted Aaron Greensberg, and Aaron Greensberg tossed him to Zell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we need to see that because PlayStation has nothing out. They're rooted in controversy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Death Stranding is not going to sell well, but you have a lot of people that are casuals that are like, I don't really see anything tantalizing for 2019. So that's why their numbers are abysmal as far as NPD is concerned in comparison to other years this generation. And that's why Xbox numbers are abysmal, just because Xbox numbers have been abysmal throughout the whole generation for the most part, except for when a couple years ago. And at the beginning of the generation. So again, we need to see that Game Pass spawned more sales like State of Decay 2, and they sold more consoles than PlayStation 4. And Aaron Greensberg needs to do that tweet again. If not, then damn, they would have wasted a lot of money. And they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board, quick. And again, this is a podcast, or this is a channel where we throw out solutions. I've thrown out more solutions than anybody. But this ain't hate. I've thrown out more solutions than anybody, and I will stand by that statement. I've thrown out more solutions for Xbox than people who stick by Xbox that claim they love Xbox. I've thrown out more solutions on this channel more than anybody. I got the receipts, and I'll throw out another one. Because this ain't about hating Xbox, whatever. It's about recognizing where they're at, understanding that their success is beyond just words. Me sitting there trying to give them confidence or give them a comfort hug or give them a comfort animal is not going to help the product. Cold hard facts will. So the cold hard fact is, if this does not pan out to show success and grab mindshare for the consumer, because this whole streaming thing is a new thing. Yes, the younger people will hop onto this, but it's going to be a while before their saturation is going to mean something. They got to penetrate mindshare with some of us. And in order for them to do that, they got to show success. There got to be litmuses of success shown. And if they don't show the litmus of success, if that falls flat in September, that's going to be a big deal to your boy. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a big deal to casuals, and they got to go back to the drawing board. And that drawing board is continue on with Game Pass. I think it's a great model, but then you got to urgently up the content, and you got to make an announcement that you're doing so immediately. And how do you do that? You got to acquire AAA studios, man. The hell with these compulsion games and all this other bullshit. You got to get AAA studios. A 4A games maybe, even if you don't get Metro. Let them work on Metro. You got Outer Worlds. You got Obsidian working on Outer Worlds, and that's a third party deal. All right. So even if Metro, but at least let Metro come day and day. That'll be a big deal. You either got to get AAA studios or you got to partner with AAA studios that can give you day and day content. You got to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of recognizing where you're at, being honest with yourself, making the tough decisions to make the turns in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to like something, but we need people, we need a groundswell of people to like this too in order for it to be sustained. You don't believe me? Ask Dreamcast, right? Ask Sega. People talked about how much they loved the Dreamcast, but not enough people loved it, so it wasn't sustained. So again, you got to come out of your silos and recognize the truth. Sometimes the medicine don't taste good, but you need it in the long run. All right, with that said, let's go to the chat. We got King Thrash in the house. Christopher Hart says Sony dominates everything. King Thrash says they don't. King Thrash says casuals don't like to commit. That's bullpucky because casuals commit to 2K and Madden every year. They don't break the bank on their commitments, but they have stuff that they commit. It's just that their commitments are short. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to break the bank like we will on those commitments. They're going to get their Maddens and their duties or the 2Ks every year. And if you can throw in there, if you can weasel in there a $10 Game Pass subscription, then that'll add to what they got. He says streaming will fail simply because casuals don't spend. Okay. Let's see here. FC Violent, if 40 million people sub to Game Pass, then how the fuck is that Gears 5 only had 3 million players? Let's see here. So I guess FC's big ups to the homie FC Violent. So FC says, he says, you are missing the point. It's not about sales. It's about subs. Okay. Let me try it this way. It's about money. Okay? You get subs for money. You get sales for money. What Microsoft is doing is they're replacing the sales model, the a la carte sales model, for a sub model to make more money. All right? Now, I get it. This is the point where they're making investments, so they're going to lose more on the front end than they're going to gain. Disney's doing the same thing. It makes perfect sense. But there has to be sustained improvement because they have to know that when they flip the switch, they put on a regular permanent price, that they're going to make more money with the subs than they are with the sales. Okay? So, in order to do that, FC, you have to have regular litmuses, regular milestones, regular checks. You don't just sit there and say, I'm throwing stuff out here and hopefully it'll work because I'm making it sound good. There has to be progress. There has to be shown progress and systemic progress. And you got to do post checks on this. So if they plugged in 50% more or 40% more entertainment spending on ESPN 24/7 and spending all this money, they're doing it for an end result, that they're getting more people on board, so when they flip that switch, they get more money. If they're not showing that those people are growing, they're not getting any more money. So let's not be short-minded on how we look at it. Sales, and it's not about that at the root. The root is money. They used to get money from a la carte sales. They're now banking that they're going to get more money from subs. You got to get more of something, right? So you got to show that you're getting more subs. Before it was you're getting more sales. Now you got to show that you're getting more subs. If you're not showing that you're getting more subs, then you're not getting more money. Or you don't have the groundwork to get more money. It's as simple as that. FC Violence says 5 to 10 million subs, 20 million subs, 40 to 50 Xboxes sold. I'd half of them sub to Game Pass. That's not a success. Okay, so if you do simple again, let me try it this way. As far as this console generation is concerned, you went from 80 million total sales to 50 million sales, which I'm glad to see that you're admitting that now. Because before it was, remember, MM2K, you ain't got the numbers, shut up. But I'm glad to see that you realize that there's enough data out there to support that 40 to 50 million number. That's a failure. So half of a failure is still a failure, okay? You can't have, okay, so Xbox is saying that they want to be the Netflix of gaming. I think it's rumored that that Netflix has about 140 million accounts out there, and they're still losing money. I could be way off a little bit, but it's close to 100 million. They're still losing money. Now, part of the reason why they're losing money is because of their business model. Their business model was flawed. They spend too much money in the front end, where things like Game Pass ain't gonna require that. Netflix spends too much money on shit that isn't theirs. That's where they're losing money, for these licenses. Microsoft is not going to do day and date for your big AAA third-party games, because that is gonna cost them too much money. So that's where Xbox has a better business model than Netflix. With that said, having 20 million subscribers still doesn't, if you do the math, it still doesn't equate to the sales that you had last generation. We can't use this generation as a success because everybody is doing better than they were than their previous consoles, except for Xbox. They're doing worse. Xbox is making money, but they're making money mainly off of Minecraft and Fortnite. Okay, that's not a success for everything else. So with that being said, I'm bumping the litmus up against what they did last gen. If you bump the litmus up against what they did last gen, then last generation, the fact that Gears and Halo and all their AAA games, their Mass Effects, would have generated X amount of volume or X amount of revenue. 20 million subscribers, even at $10 a month with Game Pass. And the ultimate Game Pass is $15 a month, which cuts your Xbox Live subscription revenue in half. That's not a big enough makeup. We need them for there to be systemic success. We need them to make money off of all the other games and services like they did last generation, and some. They're living off of they're basically sucking the tit of Minecraft and Fortnite this generation. That's where the money's coming from. They got to be able to get off that tit. So they got to be able to have sustained revenue that's going to rival or surpass what they were able to do with games last generation. And half of this 40 million ain't going to be a success. I would say that if they're at 20 million right now, which I don't believe, I don't even know if they're at 10 million. But I believe, and not just 10 million people that are concurrently on the service for one particular month. I mean, if you look at a statistic that's really going to matter, over a 3-month period, how many people retain the service? Over a 3-month period, I would say going off of Phil's words, he said that there's millions that are on the service. I would say that there's probably 10 million, a little bit over 10 million that are retaining the service month to month to month in the 3-month period. That's better than anybody else out here that's doing it. But again, that's not a success for Microsoft. Microsoft needs Game Pass to be at the level. Microsoft, what they want to do is they want to do a 1-for-1 swap in order for them to make money off of this. They want to trade in the 80 million of consoles that they sold last generation because consoles create an overhead. They want to trade that in for 80 million subscribers. So I can't say that Microsoft is at the sweet spot that they want to be until they reach like 80 million. And Microsoft will tell you that too. They want to replace console sales with Game Pass sales. However, I can say that they're making good progress when they hit 20 million or maybe a 40 million. I don't think they're even at 20 million right now. 20 million people that are going to stay on Game Pass for a 3-month period, that means that that's a sustained customer. They're not there yet. They're on the right track, but they're not there yet. And what we ultimately want to see is, again, they're on the right track with advertisement, but I don't want to celebrate at the 5-yard line. I want to see what they've done with this advertisement and how is it going to equate to, again, systemic subscribers, people that are willing to stay on the service. So regardless of what Microsoft puts out there, here goes some litmuses that I think we need to retain. When we know that they have 20, the first time that they get to 20 million people that have retained the service for 3 months or more, they've hit a milestone. When they've gone to 40 million people that have retained the service for 3 months or more, they've hit another milestone. When they've gotten to 80 million people that have retained the service for 3 months or more, then they've hit their sweet spot. Because that's ultimately their goal. It's they don't that 1 billion or 2 billion that they throw out there, that's for the market. When they say that and they repeat that, that's for the market. They want the market to understand the potential growth of the system. But Xbox is in their sweet spot when they hit 80 million. When they've completely replaced the console people, the people that they had to make consoles for and suffer through the red ring of death, when they can replace those people with purely Game Pass people, then they feel like they've made it. And you can crunch the numbers and tell that they've made it. They're not there at 20, they're not there at 40, but those are good milestones. If they can go from 20 to 40, then they're making good progress. Let me go to the rest of the chat. Silverback said 50 million, no chance. Christopher Hart says Xbox, Netflix loses money. With 5 to 10 people using one account. Oh, your Game Pass does that also. No, Netflix loses money because of the licensing. That's why Netflix is losing money. Game Pass doesn't have that model. Game Pass doesn't have the aggressive licensing model that Netflix does. So that's why they're losing money. I mean, could they potentially make more money? Yeah. But what's ultimately the killer of Netflix making money and them getting in the black is the aggressive licenses that they have. And even to equate it to gaming, that's what shut down Telltale Games. Telltale Games didn't have intricate development. It was the licensing that killed them. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Game Pass model is a smart model. We're going to give you X amount of dollars once your system drops off the peak, or once your game drops off its peak. Once Metro is no longer peaking, okay, we'll give you X amount of dollars. And you give us your game, we'll put it on your service. You know what I'm saying? And that way you still made a bundle of money even when the game ain't peaking, because you ain't gonna make this money when the game ain't peaking. That's basically what it is. And it's a smart model. You're not paying top dollar to get AAA games. The problem is that are the AAA games that are in the system enough to draw casuals? That's the real question. Let me see who else. Moon the Penguin. Yes, why are Microsoft buying all these AA studios? The money that they spent, they could have bought more than one AAA studio. I totally agree. King Thrash says that casual gamers don't buy subscriptions. Based off of what? What metric do you have that says that? Casual, okay, I'll put it to you like this. A casual gamer and a casual movie watcher or TV watcher is the same, they're the same thing. They're not invested in whatever ecosystem or whatever market it is thoroughly. So therefore they're looking to save money whenever they do experience it. Where someone that's hardcore, they're not really concerned about the money in most cases. They want to indulge in the experience. So they'll invest top dollar in it. So if you can slide in a $10 subscription and tell a casual gamer on top of the $120 that you really want to just spend for your 2 games a year, just pay this $10 a month. This is full of games that either are going to pique your interest. Big ups to Restored Hades. I appreciate it. These are games that are either going to pique your interest or games that you want that are within our service. So you guys can't think about it like that. Casual is casual. Casual is about saving money. So if the ecosystem is something that they're mentally interested in, they'll spend $10 a month. Just like casual people spend $10 a month on Netflix. I know plenty of people. That's why the get it and forget it model, that's why it's been coined. You know plenty of people, Thrash. I know plenty of people that got Netflix and hardly watched the goddamn thing. They just know that, hey, watching TV or watching shows is part of a norm, and I do it on occasion. I do it casually. So I'm not going to spend $100 for cable. I'll just spend $10 a month for Netflix. That fits right into a casual's litmus. I know I've been throwing the word litmus around a lot. My vocabulary is very light today. I need my coffee. Yeah, but no, big ups to everybody. No, great points, great discussions from FC, from King Threads, everybody. But that's all I'm saying, man. All I'm saying is that I get it to where we're concerned about streaming. It does have an audience with the younger crowd, but it does need help from us. They have to convince us. And in order for them to convince us, it's indicative of Microsoft or somebody to show us numbers to show that this thing is sustainable to us right now. And Microsoft ain't going to do it. So people are going to go to wherever else they can. Now we got Phil Spencer's words, unless he pulls them back. He said himself that Game Pass helped spawn sales. And everybody jumped out the window, your boy included, was clowning mugs when State of Decay 2 beat out God of War, the definitive game of greatness, and Detroit Become Human. And what was that, in May of 2018? And everybody said, see, look, Game Pass spawns game sales. Y'all can't do this now. Points and argument chips, as I like to call them, have to be sustained. You can't be hypocritical. So if we were all jumping out the window for that in May of 2018, then we got to see some impressive gear sales for September. If we see that, and then we also see that Xbox can at least say, hey, people are interested in Game Pass. This is a good deal. See, when you want to get mindshare, you got to dangle success in casual gamers' faces. Because a casual gamer likes to be part of the horde too. How can I save money and how can I be part of the horde? Those are the two pillars of a casual consumer. Oh, I don't want to miss out. I ain't gonna spend a whole bunch of money on it, but I don't want to miss out. So in order for you to do that, you got to dangle success in front of the casual gamer. And with Microsoft, the way that they're doing the reporting that leans heavy towards investors, that's not dangling success. NPD is still relevant. And because NPD is still relevant, because Microsoft don't have a good measurement to dangle success in front of the casual gamer, then for NPD, I'm sorry, Xbox fans, they got to show impressive numbers for Gears, and Xbox needs to show that it could at least beat out PlayStation. Look at this chart. Y'all gonna have to deal with my janky animation in the back for my audio thing. But look at this. PlayStation ain't nowhere to be seen. They're mixed in with the other. That's how like their advertisement was in September. They had nothing in September. If you can't beat PlayStation in September with console sales, then there goes another litmus blown that shows that people are dedicated to this service. That they just didn't get this because they got a free sticker on the back of a pack of cookies. These things matter. Mind share matters. And again, I'm not saying that it equates to the service being bad, but it's going to equate to the service being successful. Period. And that's it from your boy. Hey, y'all, appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? This went a half an hour over what I wanted it to. Big up to Devil Shooter. He says the moment younger crowd sees input while playing Fortnite while streaming, they won't use that shit. No, Devil Shooter. That's look, man. I seriously urge you. See, I want to say this. I'm glad, and Devil Shooter, I appreciate you for bringing that up. But I'm begging, I'm pleading for y'all, man. Not for my sake. It don't mean nothing for me. We gonna still have these conversations. It just hurts me on the inside. When y'all don't put the due diligence behind the mantras that y'all follow. I am here to tell you that if you have a running computer and you have Steam, try out Steam Link and just go to another area before you say something like that. The closest Steam Link, this is what Steam Link does. It takes your game off your computer, pings it to one of their servers, then pings it to your device. And all I'm telling you is that I'm in Pittsburgh. The closest Steam server to me is Atlanta, Georgia. And I played Borderlands 2 on them shits. And them shits was beautiful, baby. Y'all gotta know what y'all talking about out here. Sign up for Steam Link, sign up for NVIDIA. There's almost a dozen of these services out here. I'm here to let y'all know that the input lag that y'all think is gonna be there, for the most part, it's not there. It's not there. And this is the beta phases of these initiatives. Just trust me. Don't trust me. Try it out for yourself. These things are free. I can't implore y'all any further, man. These things are free. So input lag will not be a problem. Input lag will not be a problem. These things work. Now the real question is, do people want to play these things on these games on the devices? And I'm going to say, for the most part, with the younger crowd, yes. We can't, look, there is no argument to be had with the younger crowd. You cannot take the phone out of their hands. So they're going to play it. The problem is that you need mindshare in order for this thing to grow currently. And the mindshare is going to come from who? It's going to come from us. It is going to come from Devil Shooter. And people that are that are doubtful of this implementation. And in order for you to convince them, you gotta put your boots to the ground, man. You gotta dangle success in front of them. You gotta say, okay, devil shooter, I know that you're doubtful of how this works, but look, out of your age group or out of your demographic, we grew 30% last month. And here goes some of the comments. Fantastic. People, this thing is growing. Hey, devil shooter, just give it a shot. You see what I'm saying? Or devil shooter's gonna think what he's gonna think. And I can't blame him on that aspect. I'm just saying, y'all gotta try this out. I'm not saying you gotta like it, but try it out so you understand what are the actual pros and cons, not the fictitious ones. Believe you me, input lag is not gonna be an issue here. I'm signed up to those services I just named. There are 2 other services that I'm under NDA on I can't speak of. But I'm gonna tell you right now, along with Google Stadia, input lag is not gonna be an issue when these things fully roll out. Homie Top Dog jumped in here. He said, this nigga is lying. There will always be input lag no matter how fast your internet. Top Dog, the input, I'm gonna tell you something, man. No. Big ups to the homie Top Dog. Big ups to the homie Top Dog. I just want to preface his my comment with this. What have you played of these? I'm not gonna do a battle of opinions when I had the facts, right? I've played Borderlands, Metro. What I'm saying is the input lag for the most part is not going to be a problem. If you do a Digital Foundry type test and find that it gives off 2.4 of a millisecond, yeah. But to the regular consumer, that's not gonna mean anything. Now, a good argument would be if people are doing crossplay and you're playing on a Call of Duty, how is that going to affect, you know what I'm saying? Where that input lag could mean something. Okay, I'll give you that. But for your single player experiences where that slight minimum input lag, no, man, it was flawless for the most part. It ain't common. Don't give me that. No, we're not gonna do that. We ain't gonna, don't give me that. I want proof. I want receipts. Show me where I want a top dog test. I'm holding to a hashtag top dog test. I want a top dog test showing me that. I'll even give you an easy one. Steam with the Steam Link. Download Steam Link on your computer. Download it on a mobile device. Go somewhere. Play a game. I want you to play the game on your PC and upload both of the footages. And show me what an input lag is paramount. Yeah, you can slap some numbers, 0.008 of the decibel decibel. You can do that all day. But I'm talking about to the average consumer that's playing it. They are not, that input lag, that slight input lag that's still on paper, they're not going to notice it. That's what I just said, Devil Shooter. In a game like Call of Duty, great point. In a game like Call of Duty, it might be, that small smidgen of a difference could be significant. But again, Call of Duty ain't the only games out there. I just named you a whole bunch of, Metro, Borderlands, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of games out here, Rage. That you're not playing the competitive multiplayer. If somebody wants to get into a God of War, if somebody wants to get into a Spider-Man, all these single player experiences that y'all say are paramount this generation, if somebody wants to enjoy that single player experience on their phone while they're traveling, that little small input lag is not going to mean a difference to them because it's going to be hardly recognizable to the human eye. But who the hell is playing competitive multiplayer on the phone all like that? And they're being serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not blur the lines, y'all. Let's not go in the weeds and blur the lines. Who the hell grabs the phone to play competitive? Oh shit, I gotta, $50,000 is on the line. Let me grab my Nokia flip phone, play some. Nobody does that. So this service at this point in time wasn't built for that. It was built for these single player experiences. Did y'all say it's so paramount this generation that people can play on the go? So, with that being said, how isn't this service going to work? And before y'all sit there and throw out notions, try it out. It's free. I can't look. I'm entertaining y'all right now, but one-on-one, vis-a-vis a single conversation, I'm not entertaining anybody unless you've tried it. The services are free. If you ever try, I don't do the cafeteria lunchroom talk, the armchair quarterback talk. I don't do it. If you haven't tried these services, I don't know what to tell you. But what I can tell you, for those of you that aren't in armchair quarterback land, is that the input lag on the services that I've tried, that includes Steam Link. Steam Link was the most unstable one because of the distance of the server and just the whole makeup of it. Steam Link, the Google one, the NVIDIA joint, and a couple of others. I played games on those services, and the input lag was like hard. It was like a non-factor. I couldn't even notice it. Now to Top Dog, of course it's there on paper, but the question is it noticeable enough to deter your experience? I'll say it again. That's the point. Is it noticeable enough to deter your experience? Now, to the point of the chat, if you're playing in the Call of Duty Championships for 50,000, or you're playing possibly a fighting game, yeah. But there's so many other games that you can play, right? Like people say, oh, well, my internet connection is bad, this won't succeed. Tell that to Fortnite. Tell that to Fortnite. With only 40% of people in the United States having reasonable internet service, Fortnite is a monster. So stop blurring the lines, damn it. Told y'all gonna get this medicine. How bad? No. Regardless of how bad it tastes, y'all gonna get this damn medicine, man. The Almighty said, I can't wait. This is gonna bomb, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I've taken that receipt, D. You know what, D? I want to do this. When this thing flies, or quote unquote it bombs, I want to have you one-on-one on the show. And I want you to answer for your sins. You got to answer for the simple fact it's not going to bomb because of the younger generation. Whether it goes over with us or whether it sees a rocky start, that is dependent upon us. There's no denying that. But in like 5 years, when the younger generation, when my son who's 13 now, he's 18, and they start taking up our spots, this is gonna fly with them. This ain't gonna bomb. That's really a far out thing to believe. And it's probably based upon being in a silo, only dealing with us type of gamers. You gotta expand your horizons. I'm not saying being a creep, but go check out what's going on with these younger gamers. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll know the math. So, no, I'm comparing the fact that people are saying internet service isn't stable. So because internet service isn't stable in the majority of homes, streaming is going to fail. If not having stable internet service, Devil Shooter, was a big point, then Fortnite wouldn't do well. Do you see what I'm saying now? People are coming up with a whole bunch of reasons on why they want this to fail. And I get it. People are afraid of what this is going to do to their console experience. I get it. But denying the inevitable is not going to get you what you want. You have a reasonable argument, but denying it is not going to get you what you want. What's going to get you what you want is lobbying right now to say, yo, even though this is where this is the future, you better stick with our hardcore hardware dedicated experiences. You better do it. And you lobby for that right now. Y'all the same mugs that said that Sony would never do this, and then they do. Y'all, your notions keep getting debunked time after time. They keep falling short day after day. When are y'all gonna get it? And I'm not saying that MM2K is all for it, all gung-ho about it. I want my dedicated experience. I just bought a PC for $1,500. Game streaming is only gonna work for me when I'm gonna go at the mall with my wife. That's not gonna be my premier experience. I'm not gonna be, Google Stadia is not gonna take up the majority of my time. I only got that for when I'm on the go. But I'm not gonna deny the inevitable. And I'm just saying, it's not what y'all believe as far as what y'all want to stick to as far as gaming. It's how y'all go about it. Y'all are not rooted in reality. I hate to say it. But I still love y'all like children I never the children I never met, man. But with that said, yeah, let me get up out of here, man. Great discussion. Random guy up in here. Random guy said MMK didn't believe in game streaming when Xbox came around. Greatness awaits. Detested streaming. Now Xbox is doing it. Now it's all good. It's gonna fail. D Almighty. We're gonna head up one-on-one. I want you on there, man. You're gonna have to repent for your sins. But no, big up to everybody. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the discussions. Victor Allison, Xbox Live had a rough start. Well, but the problems were tackled after rollout. That's what's up, man. But I implore all of y'all, try the services out, man. Try them out. Don't be in this circle of people that's just typing up words. Tippity tap 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 tap. The shit is free, man. Try it out. You ain't gotta like the end result of it, but try it out. Then it'll blow your mind. You being in denial, like no, I'm not gonna believe it. No, it's not gonna stop it from coming. It ain't gonna stop the diesel truck from coming. You're not in Kansas anymore. Blinking your eyes and top of your toes ain't gonna work. But that's it. I want to thank everybody for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Let me go through the list again. The homies. Silverback. The Almighty. Christopher Hart. You know what I'm saying? Top Dog. Random Guy. What's up, y'all? Top Dog and Random Guy. Always starting they shit. Victor Allison. Top Dog said, you suck at single player games anyway. Hey, yo. What's the last single player game I played? Damn, it's been. Well, I'm playing Borderlands, so you know. And check me out. I might do. I don't know if I'm gonna do Borderlands or whatever tonight. Overdone. Big up to Overdone. Yahura Hama. Graphic God. Big up to Graphic God in the house. I got Silverback. Cold Blood Sensei. Wounded Penguin. King Thrash, pick up the King Thrash. Devil Shooter. FC Violet. Check out FC Violent show today, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his channel. And I believe that is Heath Stevens. Pick up to homie Heath Stevens. With that, I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Another one in the books. The Medicine, my smaller version, will be back on Wednesday. Peace.